test this real quick. I like that.
Welcome to another episode of Let's Smoke About It with your host, Captain Daddy.
Lucky puss!
And Don.
Don Chicago.
Hello, everybody.
Hello. Welcome back.
So is that what you wanted to test?
Yeah, that's exactly what I want. Because I haven't been able to test my vocals on it yet. And
How'd it sound, though, through...
Oh, it sounded great. You want me to do it again for you, with you? Have the headphones on?
Sure, I want to hear it.
Yeah.
Sorry, everyone else, you get to hear it again.
Yep, we're just gonna redo
I watched
the whole...
Okay, I want to hear it.
You ready?
Go.
3,
Yeah.
2...
That was hot.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Just had to double check, make sure. Because I haven't done...
I don't know, Don, add some spice to that second one.
just throw like a tiny little ding ding. I don't know. I'll leave it up to your creative discretion for sure. But
Just put a little...
I can figure something out.
no, I haven't been able to test it out for like vocals. And my roommate who told me to get this mic, who said it was going to be good for vocals, I've always done like joking vocals into it, and so I kind of had an idea, but I wanted to know like what the registry would sound like, if it would fizzle out or anything like that when I did try to do it. So, good to know. Needless to say, at least in the headphones that I'm wearing, it sounds good.
Sounds pretty solid.
Yeah,
Clear.
that's all I want.
Crystal. But to really find out...
All the post mixing.
To find out if it's a good mic, you got to do comedy acts on it. Does it make you sound funny?
Let's see, as of today, it is daylight savings. Hopefully everybody
Oh dear God, yeah.
got some bit of sleep.
It messed me up this morning.
It messed me up pretty hard too.
Seeing that it was like 8, I think.
Well, my friend told me. He told me last night before I left the tattoo shop. He's like, "Yeah, make sure you remember." I'm like, "Yeah, I got it."
I don't got it.
No, I didn't remember
Well, it was
at all.
like, you know, I took our buddy home last night. It was probably 1:30, almost 2 o'clock. I'm like, oh, man, it's late. I went, took him home, and when I came back, it was 3 a.m. already. I was like, whoa,
Did I
okay.
just jump through time?
Time warp.
Then I just forgot about it, even though I'd been getting emails constantly, be like, remember, set your clocks forward an hour. I'm like, I fucking know. And
Well, I
forgot.
even reminded my boss Friday, and then I forgot about it by Sunday. Oh, fuck. Oh, shit.
Yeah, and well, actually, after this one comes out, St. Patty's Day is this Wednesday.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, right now it's Pie Day.
It is Pi Day. 3.14.
159265547.
Did you have a pie at Pie O'Clock on Pie Day?
No.
Neither did I.
I was going to say, we missed that boat.
I mean, I was doing yard work, and I looked at my phone. I'm like, oh, look, it's Pie Day. Or it's Pie O'Clock.
Pi o'clock on Pi Day. No pie.
No pie.
No pie.
Kind of sad.
As long as
Should've
it's
got a pie.
not the SpongeBob exploding pies.
Well, too bad the COVID's still a thing, or else we could go down to
What, like Sherry's or
like
something?
Sherry's for
yeah,
some pie.
get a pie. I bet you they're open.
Wish they had a Perco's cafe here. Man, Perco's was the shit.
Never been to Perco's.
Never heard
It's very
of
much
those.
like a Sherry's.
Oh, nice.
It's very good stuff. They have like they also have the Mickey Mouse pancake looking stuff with the whipped cream and the sprinkles.
Here's a question: how would you what would you call a Denny's and a Sherry's, respectively? Like, what kind of restaurant style is?
It's like a
that?
diner.
It's like a fast food diner.
What though? Sherry's is a fast food diner, or
So
or
I would
like
say
a diner?
Denny's is a fast food diner. Sherry's is a diner.
Yeah.
I'd say Denny's
Yeah.
is more like a diner.
Yeah.
Their quality is always
Sherry's
a lot
is-
better, whereas Denny's is real hit and miss.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Sherry's is I would say cafe. Actually, would probably be the
Sherry's
best.
more cafe.
Yeah.
Like,
Wasn't that what it's called? Sherry's Cafe.
it is. I think. Yeah. I think you're right.
Yeah. It's not necessarily just like a coffee spot. You can get some decent food there.
Well, because like there's always some restaurants where you go in there and it feels like it's kind of subpar compared to others.
Like a Denny's.
Like a Denny's, like specifically I'm comparing Sherry's and
Mhm.
Denny's. Like Sherry's
Well,
feels
and
like a totally different.
You can even throw an IHOP in there, and an IHOP is better than a Denny's.
Yeah.
and and IHOP feels weird as well. It feels like a fancier Denny's when you walk in.
I wouldn't even say that it feels it feels like a hotel restaurant.
Okay,
That's what I feel like when I go to IHOP.
I can get down on that.
Just like I expect behind that kitchen to be 20 stories of just hotel rooms.
There's a bellhop on the other side taking someone's luggage up right now.
There was a
If
time.
you walk around, the lobby door's on the other side.
There was a time in my life when me and a bunch of friends, we would go play punk rock shows, and then after that we would beg for money on the side of the road with a cardboard box because we'd always get shafted and they would never pay us for the concerts. And then we would sit down and busk downtown for a while, get like $10-15, have somebody go buy us beer from the like a gas station or something, get drunk, stay up all night walking around grabbing people's halfies from fucking ashtrays, and then
Gross.
yeah, you're telling me.
That's the bottom of those smoking barrels.
Yep. And then I'm so glad that this was like 7 years ago. But then we would stay up all night walking around downtown, and then we would sneak into hotels and just eat the continental breakfast, and then we just leave.
We're totally guests here.
Yeah, we're not dressed like anybody else in there. We're not wearing pajamas or anything. We're just in a bunch of like merch from bands and stuff.
I'm sleeping this. This
Yeah.
is my pajamas. Get out of here.
Nobody ever said shit to us. They always looked at us like, "What? Who the fuck are these guys?" Like, we don't recognize these people. We're like, "Go ahead and say something." We're just like, act like we're supposed to be here, and they won't say anything.
Right.
I love the metal concert in the Denny's video.
What the fuck is up, Denny's?
What the fuck is up?
That's so funny. I wish I could play at Denny's.
How did that get okayed? I'm just curious.
Well, so I played a concert in a bookstore in a mall in the town to the west of us.
Okay, that's a little
The-
weird too.
the Beat Factory
How
one.
do you set up a?
I have no idea. Honest to God. So it was weird because the place was owned by like this super eccentric like punk rock dude.
Yeah.
And he said that there were times, because it's like its own separate business, he could operate without the hours of the mall
Okay.
in certain instances. And he had a Juggalo wrestling match after hours one time there. I was like, how the hell did you make that happen? It's in a bookstore. What?
This is all for all the juggalos, juggalettes. Whoop whoop.
Whoop whoop.
Maybe he's trying to use the bookstore to finance
front?
to finance his other dream, because he know it won't make money like the
A
Juggalo
bigger
wrestling.
bookstore.
A bigger bookstore, a library.
It's my dream to have a library and host full-blown wrestling matches for
Yeah, in the middle
Juggalos.
of the library is a ring for Juggalo wrestling.
It was just crazy. Like, we were the only punk rock group, and then everybody else was like a U2 cover band or something, so I think that's why. But we're sitting there, we had all of our amps super loud.
U2 cover band?
U2, yeah.
Or
Oh,
U2.
man.
U2.
I'm trying to... I blanked on all U2 songs.
Yeah.
My wings go vertigo. That's U2, right?
Come on. Is it?
I think
it
so.
is.
Vertigo.
Come on.
All right. Yeah, that's Bono.
I don't know any U2
I don't
song.
really.
I would
I
probably
heard one on the
recognize-
radio the other day, but I didn't.
Still haven't found
What I'm looking for.
Yeah, I can recognize him, but I couldn't pick him out.
Did you ever hear Disturbed did a cover of that song?
Of that song?
Yeah.
No.
Now still. That's James Hetfield. I'm sorry.
I was going to say, I'm like, hold on.
Haven't found what I'm looking for.
Yeah. Metallica, James Hetfield.
No,
Steel
I have,
drum. Ting, ting, ting.
My favorite
Jesus.
album.
Hate that. I hate Saint Anger. I remember I had never heard it, and a buddy of mine showed it to me. I'm like, why did you make me listen to that?
Why did they think that was a good
Yeah.
idea?
They're thrash. They're like, we'll just bang on a steel drum. And then Slipknot came out. We're like, we're going to get an actual like old oil drum to bang on, but we're not going to make it the focal point of the music.
Yeah, we're
and it
not going to
sounded
turn
great.
that up to 10.
Gonna hit it with a baseball bat. Kong. Give our other 4 members something to do.
It's still crazy
Ha-ha.
they went into so much debt for their first album.
Who?
Slipknot.
Slipknot?
Yeah, I think it. I may be quoting it wrong, but it was either $4,000 or $40,000.
Holy shit.
I think it was like 40,000.
They all put in for their first album, banking on that it would do good, and it did good because they came out pretty
Yeah,
good.
because I think Sean, the clown, he was like the head of their marketing
Mhm.
and
He's the
he's in
ringmaster.
charge of their
yeah,
like,
he
whole
like
financial
runs
structure.
the band, essentially. He doesn't write most of the music, but he does all the other shit.
Mhm. They I just think it's crazy how their most critically acclaimed album is the one that they hate the most.
What,
All Hope Is
Psychosocial?
Gone.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because they were what? They didn't really get.
They didn't do anything.
Sorry,
to it.
not Psych. All Hope Is Gone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they wrote their parts and individually went into the studio.
I was gonna say they
to
were
record
separate
it.
recording the whole
Yeah,
thing.
and they didn't have any level of creative like bounce back to like fine tune anything. They just went in, recorded their parts the way that they were originally written, and then they released the album.
Well, that just goes to show how talented they are. That the
Seriously.
original thing they wrote was perfect.
Mhm. But yeah, they really don't like that
That's
album, which
wild.
is a shame because I love that album.
Yeah, that's a good one. That was the only one I actually bought. Like I have
Mhm.
the deluxe CD or whatever. It was a cool one. It had like a
Some
little
crazy
DVD
songs
with
on
like
there, too.
specials on it. Like
I stick my fingers
behind the scenes.
into my pies.
I do love Iowa though. Iowa's one
Iowa's
of my
great.
favorite
I was so
Slipknot
good.
albums.
I don't know a lot of Slipknot albums. I know of songs, but not albums that well. But I do enjoy me some Slipknot.
I
Yeah.
do too.
Did you see their show? Like they came around here in like 2012 ish.
I didn't get to see him. I wanted to.
That was a great show. That was killer. They had all the pyrotechnics, and they had the fucking Sean the Clown. He was hanging off of this scissor lift, and he was like lifting him up, and he's like, yeah.
That's a big dude too, so he had to have some strength.
Yeah, and then
Unless they
I
had
think
him-
he also came down, and he was running through the crowd. I didn't get to fist bump him, but he was like high fiving and fist bumping everybody in the crowd.
Hell yeah.
Getting everybody pumped up.
I miss concerts.
I miss concerts too. When do you think that they'll be back?
Dude, 2020 was so promising for the concert lineup.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it so was.
Never been slapped in the face. So
Everyone I talked to who's like a frequent concert goer was like, yeah, I had like 5 concerts lined up to go to that year.
But I'm glad I'm not like some people who pre-purchased their tickets
Mhm.
ahead of time to make
Yeah.
sure they got it.
I always buy them like a day before.
Yeah, I buy them like at least maybe two weeks ahead, because just in case something gets weird, I didn't like
Mhm.
waste the money and wait for the refund and all that. Go through that hassle.
Well, and a lot of them don't even refund you.
Well, there's
They're
that
just like,
too.
we'll just, yep, you just don't have to buy the ticket the next time. Well, now we're in concert purgatory. We have no idea when the next one's going to be.
Exactly. So at least where we're at, it's not guaranteed that certain shows are gonna come here.
Mhm.
Old backwoods fucking.
Well, and who was it? Was it the Goo Goo Dolls? Was it the Foo Fighters who did the first, like, socially acceptable, like, social distancing concert last year?
This sounds like Foo Fighters. I haven't heard much of what Goo Goo Dolls have been doing in the
Mhm.
last like few years.
Yeah, it sounds like a Sweet Dave thing.
I just remember they had, like, little, like, pits that people were in, and there's only, like, 5 to 10
bubbles.
people, like, able to be in one spot at one time. They played, like, this big outdoor, like, thing. Like, there's maybe 100 people in that crowd. But because of social distancing, they had to separate them all so much. It's pretty disheartening. I hope
Yeah.
that's not what concerts turn into when they come back. That's for sure.
It'd be interesting to see. I'd like to be there and have so much open space. You're used to being butt to nut with everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And then just like,
Yeah,
Oh,
trying to
right
watch the
behind
band, and then a big guy stands in front of you. You're just like, yep, I'm watching the light show now.
I can't see past this guy's meaty shoulders.
You old meat suck.
Did you ever see Shinedown when they came here?
Mm-mm. I wanted to, but I never got to see them.
It was an alright concert. They performed good.
I heard the first time, at least the first time when I was younger, that they came here was great, but then the second time they came, it wasn't as good.
I saw
But
them
that was-
probably like,
Did you see them on the Sound of Madness tour?
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it was like right after that album came out, I think. Like 2010.
I think that's right, yeah.
Shotgun blast, a kick in the gas.
So paranoid, watch your back.
Gotta watch a bunch of like 40-year-old dudes mosh into 45. It's awesome.
I'm staring down
The barrel.
over 45, yeah.
Dude, drunk as fuck, just like pushing each other over. I'm like,
through the ashes
Fuck.
of another life.
Another life
No real reason
to accept the way the things have changed. I'm staring down the barrel of a... Yeah.
right
Never
when
said I
I
could
was
sing.
like big into Disturbed during like sophomore year, they came here, and I didn't go for some fucking reason. And then right after that is when they took like their hiatus, and I was
They
like,
stopped playing for a
what
while.
the fuck? And then after that, I kind of fell off the Disturbed wagon, so I was like, eh.
Well, it's because they came back with Dad Rock.
Well, I was,
Sorry, I'm sorry. Fuck. I need to get rid of this thing. I'll have to see if Guitar Center is open after this.
Yeah. Let's find out right now. Is Guitar Center open? At a store near you.
I forgot what I
On a
was
Sunday.
Sunday.
I totally forgot what I was going to say. I had something to contribute to the conversation.
About Disturbed?
And then oh yeah, Disturbed. Thank you. Started falling off the bandwagon when they dropped Indestructible, that album.
Oh, yeah. That was probably the last album that I listened to because they didn't have nearly as many bangers.
Oh, I listened to that album so much too, and it's just.
I'll have you know that I'll be.
Yeah, that song specifically I listened to a butt ton.
Indestructible. Determination and a bow from the other side of the world to bow.
It just wasn't for me, I guess. I don't know. Even to listen to it a bunch of times. Even buying the album.
I don't even remember any of the other songs off of that album because I had that album. I just don't remember anything else off of it other than that.
I could probably go grab it.
I will
We'll pop that
definitely
fucker
say.
in, listen to the whole goddamn thing.
Right fucking now. I will say though that 10,000 Fists is my personal favorite.
10,000 fists.
The album.
I
like that album a lot.
I don't even find myself going back to really anything.
By Disturbed.
Yeah. Even their
I'll
first
go back to certain songs, but
Well,
I
not
definitely
even
won't
saying
just
going
listen
back,
to
but
the.
I'm saying, what would you say?
Probably Believe. Their
If you had to
second
enjoy
album.
an album, yeah,
Mhm.
Believe. Believe is pretty good, yeah.
That or their first one. Minus, I don't really like Down with the Sickness anymore. It's
Overplayed.
yeah, overplayed, and it's just like
I don't feel that way towards my mother anymore.
I love my mother.
yeah, the domestic abuse solo.
No, mommy, don't do it again. Don't do it again. I'll be a good boy. I used to love that shit.
Weirded me out when I first listened to it. I was probably like 11 or 10 at the time.
Oh, that was right when me and my mom started fighting a lot. So that shit was music to my ears.
I
literally.
love my mom now.
Me and my mom are in a much better place. But
Me and my mom are good now. Weird.
it was rough. And that's when Disturbed came into my life.
Although
And
I
Slipknot.
like listening to like Stupefy. Stupefy's still a pretty good song.
And I got stupefied.
Yeah.
I love that song.
Yeah.
That one, Stricken.
I really like Land of Confusion, their remake.
Yeah, of Genesis.
Yeah.
It's a great one. I love the music video behind it too. Or I guess I like the old music video.
Genesis music video is crazy with all those
so
puppets.
weird. Yeah.
It's super freaky.
He's just drowning in his sweat. Biddy bye Bo's time again. There's that fucking gorilla sitting in bed with them.
Yeah.
It didn't make any sense at all.
I was reading a story about like people were meeting celebrities on Reddit, and they were talking about how this guy had VIP tickets to a show, and he went backstage, and a guy came up and just like, because he was kind of standing away because he didn't want to be that guy, and he's just like, oh, I'm just gonna stay over here and enjoy the show. And the guy came up, and he's like, yeah, come on down here. Gives him a beer. Another guy comes up, comes him a couple more beers. Third guy comes up, and they all crack beers, and like they were old buddies, and it was Phil Collins and the rest of Genesis. Just hanging out
shit.
with them.
Dude, that's
Like-
awesome.
Dude, that'd be awesome. That'd be so cool. I'd love to hang out with
I'm
those
like,
guys.
that's great to know. I love Phil Collins, and I'm really glad that he is a really nice guy.
Genuine human being.
He's a beautiful man.
And if I was backstage with the VIP pass, he would come and crack a beer with me and hang out.
I would ask him so much about Tarzan. Be like, what were you going through when you
Were
wrote
you
the
actually-
soundtrack for that?
Were you actually wearing a leotard during?
Did you still have all the hair? I need to know.
What's Tarzan like in real life?
Did you ever meet Sabor? Or did he die before you came on?
Tell me about Rosie O'Donnell.
How's it working with Rosie?
How is it working with Rosie?
How's it being on a ship?
Holy shit, Rosie O'Donnell is in that movie, huh?
Yeah,
she's
she's a Turk. The little gorilla.
Whoa. Yeah. That's
Oh,
Jeez.
I thought she was Kala. I thought
What is-
Whoopi Goldberg was Turk.
What was
Oh,
Rosie
no.
O'Donnell known for? What got her big?
Roseanne.
No, that's Roseanne.
Oh, Roseanne Barr.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't. No, she
Just
no.
goes to fucking
Rosie
show.
O'Donnell was on like on The View, I think.
Oh, gross.
Yeah, I think
Ugh.
that's what her deal was.
Is that what
She's
her
just a
claim to
talk-
fame is?
I think so. After the mid 2000s, I forgot about her, so I I don't
Yeah,
know.
I thought that Rosie O'Donnell was Roseanne with
Roseanne
Goldman-
is,
John Goodman. Yeah, I was like, why
Goldman.
can't I never think of his name? I can see his Big stupid face.
Roseanne is in a Futurama episode. I think.
Roseanne. Is she?
No.
Susanna.
Roxanne.
You don't have to put on the red light.
Please, can you make it green? I need to go home.
Please. This red light.
Put on the
I can't
green
drive.
light.
Roxanne, put on the green light.
Roxanne.
Put on the green light.
All I know is that if I ever met Alec Baldwin, I'd probably punch him in the face.
What? Why?
I don't really care for Alec Baldwin. He seems like an asshole.
Yeah.
He's
most famous out of all the Baldwin?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
most successful Baldwin.
Why
brother.
wouldn't he be an asshole?
I don't know.
I imagine he's probably a prick, but I would definitely never meet Stephen Baldwin. He's a fucking tool.
Yeah, Stephen Baldwin. That's the Beetlejuice one, right? No.
No.
I can't remember.
No. Have you ever seen Biodome? He was in Biodome with Pauly Shore.
I definitely
Living
haven't
in
seen
a
that. I would know
sphere.
that.
Viva Los Biodome.
It's physically impossible, buddy.
I watched that.
No,
movie
it is
with-
Alec Baldwin that's in that one.
Oh, in
Beetlejuice,
yeah. Sorry, I was still on Biodome.
You're like, that's not right. There's 4 of them, and I don't know who the hell the others are.
Michael.
Alec, Steven.
Baldwin and
Harry
and
Baldwin.
Bam Margera Baldwin.
I wouldn't doubt it if Bam
I
Margera
don't
was part of the
believe
Baldwin.
that one.
Dropped his last name. It's like, I'm going to be Bam Margarita. And they're like, nah, I don't. You should sound more like Margarine. Okay, Margera. Like, you
That's
still
like-
don't know what you're saying, but it works better.
It's like Travis Pastrana's friend has a name making fun of Pastranas, and it's Pastrami. Travis Pastrami.
As you rightfully should.
Well, it's like
Just makes
I
sense.
feel everyone should have a competitor named after them, making
Oh,
fun
yeah.
of their name. It's like, I want to be Pastrami.
Pastrami.
Yo, what's up, guys? It's Travis Borker.
Do you even like pastrami? The meat.
The few times I've had it, I believe I have, but it's also been with like Genoa salami and stuff like that. It's been a part of like a full Italian style like sandwich, so I'd have to try it like single-handedly myself, but as far as I know, I like pastrami.
What's that one meat that's usually with like your wine and cheese platter?
A charcuterie board?
Yeah, those things.
Sorry.
Yeah, but then what's the meat?
It's usually
I think it's called
salami.
capicola.
Capicola, yeah.
Capicola's pretty dang good.
I mean, any type of Italian meat like that is usually pretty good. That's what I've come to determine.
Guess I need to dive into my foreign meats a little bit harder.
Do it.
Really
I think they
take
put it
on.
on the Italian sub at Subway. I think
Mhm.
they put capicola on it.
Capicola, Genoa.
Oh,
Salami.
I've had capicola then. Guess I eat Subway Italian subs.
So good.
That's some good stuff. It's real,
On the-
real glossy
on the-
meat.
on
It's
the
like real
wheat.
Dude, no, you get the herbs and chiz.
Nah, dude, you get the whole wheat, so we fill up more.
Your whole wheat.
Hey,
whole wheat.
nothing competes with the jalapeno cheddar.
Whoa, let's all.
And even then, I'd argue that Blimpie's jalapeno cheddar is better than Subway's.
Yeah, yeah.
I also like Blimpie's lettuce more.
Blimpies? Remember that time when we worked at that one place and we had to go pick up a lunch order of Blimpies? Were you with me? And they completely fucked up the order.
Yeah,
It was just
that
all
was super
wrong.
annoying.
And we had to wait another hour for the food. It's like, hey, our lunch is getting fucked because you guys messed it up.
hmm
Soggy.
You need to
sandwiches.
understand
I hated when
how
our
you
lunch
fucked
got
up.
fucked up. 'Cause it's like it was such a rare occasion. And it's like
that we'd ever
finally,
get it.
Yeah, I'm like finally we get pizza or Subway or Blimpies. I mean,
Hmm
Red Robin, even.
oh, Red Robin was the best. Or we got Buffalo Wild Wings a couple times too.
Yeah.
That was.
That cheese curd burger.
We always had to order it like 2 hours in advance, just so it would get there on time.
Well, we'd be out on the truck and we'd get a call. Hey, what do you want to eat for lunch?
Mhm.
It's like
I love
10.
that.
I don't even know
Because
what the menu is.
because then she would tell us and just be like, well, we still have 2. Like, all right, do the one and then just come back. We'll move the other one to after. That way we can all eat together. It's like, word.
Alright. I'll
I
do
love that.
Gotcha. I don't think besides Blimpies, I don't think I ever went to pick it up. I did go to like the Walgreens and stuff to get soda a lot though.
Mm.
I'd usually go pick up the big old cases of
Mm-hmm.
soda. I liked when I did that because I got to pick the soda. Like, we're getting Dr. Pepper.
You
and
guys
some
are drinking what I say.
A&W. I never really got Mountain Dew. Sometimes I got Mountain Dew. It's like Mountain Dew.
As an MT, you definitely went and did that shit all the time.
Should have grabbed some cactus coolers.
Oh, I should have grabbed cactus coolers.
Capri Sun while you're at it.
Whoa.
A Capri Sun.
Why don't we just do Kool-Aid jammers?
Because Kool-Aid jammers suck compared to Capri Suns.
What? Compared to Capri Suns?
Oh, my
Yes,
tailbone.
Capri Suns are better. But do you not like jammers?
I didn't grow up with jammers, so it's
Oh.
not a nostalgia thing for me. Have you
Oh.
tried any of them as an adult? Because they're not good.
Well, they're not as great as they used to be.
Exactly.
Yeah. But yes, I grew up on jammers because they were pretty bomb.
Word.
Having my lunch.
I was always so mad because of growing up, my parents were like, no, you can only have one Capri Sun with lunch. I'm like, it's such a minuscule amount of fluid.
You know, I gotta have one to drink down my food and then
Mhm.
one to enjoy after I eat.
Exactly.
To sip on.
And then I need to have 2 Nutter Butter cookies to solidify the meal's done.
Yes, you need to have 2 Nutter Butter cookies. At least.
I love me some Nutter Butters.
See?
Okay, favorite
Nutter Butters wasn't that big in my
Really?
household. Yeah.
favorite name brand cookie that you'd go to the store and buy.
Like
Oh,
Chips Ahoy?
Yeah, like Chips Ahoy, Oreo, Nutter Butters.
Chips Ahoy.
What kind of Chips Ahoy? Just the OG?
The OG crunchy Chips Ahoy.
Those things were a bastard to me because they weren't like my grandma's cookies, so I wasn't as big of a
Well,
fan.
yeah, you can't be thinking they're homemade
but that's the
cookies.
thing is like if in a direct like I didn't have a grandma sitting there making Oreos on the side to try to compete with. So
All right, I have another question to follow up after that. But what's your favorite cookie?
That's a pretty tough one. I'd have to say Nutter Butters.
Really?
Probably. Yeah, the Nutter Butters are just too damn good.
as much as I love Nutter Butters, and every time we had them in our house, it was like a delicacy because they were my dad's favorite as well. So we couldn't like just go ham on them because we always had to save like half the thing for my dad. Oreos.
Oreos.
Just because there was something about a good Oreo. Throw a fork right in the middle of the frosting, dunk the whole thing under milk for like 10 seconds, and then bring it out so it's a little soft, a little crunchy, but it's not completely
did that.
decimated by
Never thought
that's the
about
way
that.
to do it, yeah.
I always just do it.
That way you don't get your shit covered in milk and
I always
cookies
like
all the
going
time.
to my great grandma's house down the road though, because she always bought the double stuff.
Oh,
And we
yeah.
always had the single stuff, and I was like, I need that double stuff.
Dude, the single stuff isn't enough. It's the ratio of cookie to frosting is not appropriate, but the double stuff works beautifully. The mega stuff is too much.
Yeah, the mega stuff is a lot.
There's just too much frosting.
I do the double stuff. That's
Oh,
my
yeah.
max.
Double stuff is 100. I mean,
Was double stuff always 1F or has it been 2Fs? Because on the packaging lately it's at 1F.
I thought it was 2.
I don't know. I think it was only one.
1.
Mandela effect.
All right, but my follow-up question. So you know, like Little Debbie and
Oh yeah.
Hostess and stuff like that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So what would be your
Oh.
favorite
Bro.
pastry out of all those?
You know how hard that question is?
Okay, let me rephrase it. Which ones did your family get the most?
Oh, Nutty Bars.
Nutty bars? For me, it was oatmeal cream.
I was going to say the oatmeal cream pies were probably
Oatmeal
the...
cream pies are pretty bomb.
Those ones are pretty good. But we always had Nutty Bars. Now they're called Nutty Buddies, though.
Mhm.
And I thought it was crazy, but they did change the name. That was going to be another, like, Mandela effect. But it's like,
Okay.
no, we did change it. It was Nutty Bars at one time. I'm like, okay.
As long as I'm not crazy.
Because I'm
So,
like, why are these called Nutty Buddies now? I'm like, what the fuck?
who
is
are
that
you?
is that safe to say that those are our favorite Little Debbie snacks?
I wouldn't say our favorite. Those are
Okay,
the
then
ones that
the-
was
Was
That
most
is
common
my
in the
favorite
house.
Little Debbie snack.
That's your favorite
is
Little Debbie?
The
Little
Nutty
Debbie?
Bars.
What's your favorite Little Debbie?
Little Debbie. It would be oatmeal cream then, yeah.
I was going to say the oatmeal cream. There's just something about them to me, but then I was going to ask what your favorite Hostess ones
The
were.
double stuffed oatmeal cream ones are fucking.
I've never tried
bomb.
those.
Oh, you can't eat as much because it's so much more cream,
Mhm.
but they're so good. But Hostess,
Mm-hmm.
zingers are my shit.
Zingers are great.
Yeah, those vanilla
Zingers were great, yeah. Those were the ones out of the Hostess snacks. Those were the ones that we had the most in my house. But I'd say my favorite are probably Ho-Ho's.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hostess is good.
Ho-hos.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a cupcake guy.
And I was thinking about it. I'm like, are the cupcakes my favorite? But to me, it was the same thing as like a single stuff Oreo. It was just so much like batter compared to the filling.
All right, here's another question to that then. What was the Hostess product you had the least of? And mine was Ding
dude.
Dongs.
Um,
I didn't have that many Ding Dongs.
We
That one's
always
so hard, 'cause
we
it was-
always had Ding Dongs and Ho-Hos. Those are the two we had the most of. But on the off chance we got the cupcakes, it was like Christmas. So that's my favorite. I love
are we
the
talking about the
cupcakes.
OGs? Because now they have like 100 different variations of everything that all go by different names.
Well, we also had a lot of Twinkies too. We would have Twinkies.
We didn't get Twinkies that much.
I think Twinkies would probably be the one that we got the least. Because we got them a lot, and then my mom's like, oh, but Zingers, because they got frosting.
Yeah.
And so we just got Zingers all the time at that point.
Yeah, we never got Ding Dongs. We never bought a box of Ding Dongs.
It
was boxes of Zingers or sometimes Ho-Hos.
It was always, I would say Ho-Hos were probably one of the least bought ones in my house, but I had a friend whose mom bought like exclusively Ho-Hos, and he didn't like them, and so she's like, "Well, you can just have them."
Well, like, you said your favorite's Ho-Hos, right?
Yeah, I love those.
Did you like Ho-Hos better or Little Debbie Swiss rolls better?
Ooh, shit. Those Swiss rolls are really good.
The Ho-Hos are probably more of the nostalgia for me, but the Little Debbie Swiss rolls will take that
because they got the strawberry cheesecake Swiss rolls.
Well, I feel like the Swiss rolls hold together a little bit better.
Mm-hmm. The Ho-Hos, you always have to like scrape it off with the bottom part of your teeth on the cardboard just to get all of it. Like,
yeah, a lot of it always came off.
Yeah, they broke off a lot. But yeah, the Swiss rolls were way better.
I think the least amount of Hostess, the honey buns. I never had honey buns.
Okay, yeah. See, but that's just one of those things where I forgot about those. I would say that honey buns would probably
had honey buns a lot. That's where I got my honey bun fix.
I would say that I've tried honey buns as a child maybe as many times as I can count on.
But anytime we did get honey buns, it was always Little Debbie and not the Hostess honey buns. Which I think the Little Debbie ones taste better than the Hostess honey buns.
The Little Debbie cream honey buns the iced honey buns are really good.
Not familiar.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they got the mega honey buns now for Hostess though.
They're just so big.
They're like as big as you ever have those like those Swiss Danish trays or whatever you would get at like Walmart or something. They're like that fucking big. Big ass honey buns.
It's like a bear claw.
I feel like they made a giant cinnamon roll and then you just flattened it with a presser in the factory. It's like, here's your honey bun.
Thank you.
Big old flattened cinnamon roll.
You guys ever tried zebra cakes?
Dude.
Yeah. How great are zebra cakes? Yeah.
I don't
Who's
like
that
zebra
Mike?
cakes.
Really? I think that's a Little Debbie.
Is it a Little Debbie?
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't like zebra cakes?
I don't like
That's
the zebra
insane to me.
cakes, but we just had some like it was the zebra striped Swiss rolls.
Okay.
I like those. I don't know why, but they just tasted better.
Huh.
I think because they're smaller.
Mm-hmm.
Cause like,
Well, I was introduced to zebra cakes the day I started smoking weed.
That's a terrible time.
Oh yeah, zebra cakes. Because I remember my very first 420. It was only the second time I'd ever smoked.
and on 420, Jesus.
Yeah.
And
we
Planets Aligned.
Oh yeah, I had like a $50 gift card from
Planets Aligned.
to like Walmart, and so my friends bought the weed. My buddy just bought a bong, and then I went and spent the $50 on snacks, and we all skipped school that day, and we just stayed home, and we got ripped because his parents were out of town.
Hell yeah.
So we just stuck around his backyard and destroyed like $50 worth of like Hostess and Little Debbie snacks.
It's so hard not to clear a box of zebra cakes.
Mm-hmm.
You
Exactly.
easily just sit there.
The cosmic brownies were the zebra cakes definitely, but the cosmic brownies were my weakness.
I think it's a tie now that you brought that up because it was either Nutty Bars that we had a lot of or those cosmic brownies. We always had those fucking brownies.
Oh yeah.
See, I couldn't eat that much of those. Those were
Really?
No, one was enough.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of chocolate.
Oh yeah.
Dude, it's like I was eating straight fudge out of the barrel. It's like
We all got super sick. I should preface. We all got super sick. At the end of it, we're all just sitting there like trying to wash down like the acid from our stomachs like with just Oreos. We're like, this isn't working.
with the
Maybe the Oreos will
Well, because we all knew what Oreos were gonna be like, so we're like, we're just gonna save those, and we're just gonna take out all these boxes of the Hostess and Little Debbie that we took care of, drowning it with soda and Hawaiian Punch and shit. It was bad.
Yeah, you'll never forget like your first time, right?
Mm-mm.
I remember the first time me and buddy from high school, it was literally just me and him. Neither of us had ever done it. We didn't even know how to get it, and some random fucking kid, I don't even remember his name, but we asked him, and looking back on it, it was dirt weed. It was not green, but it got me fucking stoned, and we ordered pizza from Pizza Hut. We had like 2 pizzas for me and him, and we watched Jackass 3.
Nice. 3D?
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, it scared
Hell
the
yeah.
shit out of me because the pizza came and we're like, oh, pizza, dude. And we're like eating pizza in the kitchen while the movie's playing. And it was right at the point where they shoot the dildo out of the cannon. And it scared the fuck out of me. Just boom. And I was like, oh, and I like jumped over the counter. And I was like, get down.
Freaking out.
I was like, oh, they're just shooting penis out of a cannon. It's okay.
It's just a penis.
was
Everybody
a-
remain calm.
That was a crazy time.
I have to go pee, so I'm gonna walk away.
Okay. But no, one of my other favorite times was we all went up to Table Rock. And you know, like that car parking area, like right below, like where you'd have to walk up the rest to get to Table Rock
Yeah.
when you drive up. We walked back down the road like a half a mile and we just climbed into the gorge. It's just right on the side of it. We just walked straight down the side of this mountain. And it was like me and like 6 of our friends. We were sitting there getting mad stoned. And then we're like, well, like, I guess it's time to go back. And then we look up and we're like, we have to climb this fucking mountain. We're all out of our minds right now. It took a hot second. And then one of our buddies like thought that he found an easier way to get up there. He ended up another half mile down the road by the time he got to like the roadway. It was dumb.
Wow.
Yeah, that was a mistake for sure. But yeah, we nicknamed that first bong the Statue of Liberty because it was like smoked glass and it had an American flag on one side, an eagle on the other, and then the Statue of Liberty on another part. So like, hey, that makes sense.
That sounds really cool.
Yeah, it was badass.
My brother had one called Sonic.
Really?
Yeah, it was a really nice one. It was a really tall one, and it had like little ridges on the back that kind of looked like Sonic's quills.
Yeah.
So, and it was blue on the base and stuff.
Oh,
Like, I
that's
was
awesome.
like, dude, Sonic. And I
Wait,
think,
didn't we use that at the old house?
yeah.
I was gonna say, I'm like, I remember that one.
Yeah, I think it broke eventually. Something on it broke,
Damn.
which sucks, but I mean, shit happens, you know. Like
Yeah.
the bowl on mine broke, and I tried fixing it probably 3 different times, and it didn't help.
I have a bubbler that is just so clogged that you can't accomplish anything with it. I bet if we took some Epsom salt and alcohol to it, it'd probably clean it up, but it's just so clogged. I tried cleaning that thing 100 times, but the perk that's in there is just like full. It's gross.
There was
Took me a
one.
minute to pee.
That's okay. You don't have kidney stones, do you?
No.
Thank God.
No pain.
No human should ever have to go through that.
Nope. And I've heard just nothing but horror stories about it.
You can't pass rocks through your urethra tract.
There's like a microscopic close-up of a kidney stone, and like just looking at it, like with the naked eye, you can see it has like barbs on it.
Mhm.
But then you like look at it microscopically, and literally every part of it is barbs. And it's like, okay, yeah, I understand why this hurts.
That is the only reason I would look into sounding.
To enlarge your urethra.
Yep. And then I'd just get like a big metal straw, stick it up my urethra, and then try and get rid of it that way.
I just don't understand how it got its name.
Kidney stone.
No sounding.
Oh,
I was gonna say kidney stone is pretty self-explanatory. What are you
No,
talking about?
sounding.
Yeah, no, that doesn't make any
Pretty
sense.
shit.
Probably because after you're done, you can just blow at the head of your penis like it's a empty jug. It'll make like a hollow noise.
Gross.
Yeah.
I mean, there's entire kits for it. Enough people do it that they sell kits.
Seriously.
Doesn't mean it's. I still don't get it.
I can't remember who they are because I
Feel
don't
good.
follow them, but they got a sounding kit sent to them.
Yummy. I saw. Oh, there was the recent mail video from Super Mega. They got a sounding kit.
Yeah, that's who it is.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I'm like, I can't remember who they are, but
This is a sounding kit.
no way. Cool. Thanks.
Yeah, it's hard enough, like, because I've been working at the hospital and sometimes having to watch dudes get their catheters put in.
Oof. Let me just put that right up in that tiny hole.
Like, well, we need to monitor your pee, and it seems like you have some extra pee you're not getting out, so we're gonna put a catheter in.
Just attach a goddamn vacuum to that thing.
They just got like a little bag they hold with them.
It's disgusting.
God
Collects their
damn.
pee.
I remember the first
Oh.
like actual surgery that I remember, and I don't remember getting the catheter in or anything like that. I woke up and it was already out,
Good.
but I had to get up and go pee, And I looked at my dick. I'm like, why is this thing spotted like a goddamn leopard? Like, this shit doesn't make any sense. And I was still pretty fucked up on painkillers. And so my best friend and his girlfriend at the time, and then a girl that I was interested in, we had like the super weird mutual like interest, but we never dated. It was
Mutual
dumb.
threesome.
She came over, and I was still fucked up on pain pills. So I was just like, my dick is half Asian. Like, I whispered it in her ear. Because, like, my dick's pink. I'll just say that. And then half of it was like yellow. Just like spots of yellow all over it.
From like the stuff that they put on it.
It's either that or like lack of blood flow.
Or bruising.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're punching.
Yeah.
punching
Punching my dick.
They
But I
just
was
grabbed
pissed.
it really hard to put the catheter in there.
I was pissed because they shaved like 2/3 of my shit in like a perfect square. And so I still had like a full strip like just along the side, like a sideburn. I'm like, like, why did you do this to me?
Joke's got a sideburn.
Like, I'm not gonna be as surgically close as you guys are when it comes to shaving my own shit.
Yeah, but they don't
but,
get paid to shave all your shit.
No, I went and I tried to pee, and and as soon as it started coming, I was just like, okay, this is gonna be relieving. And then as soon as it hit my urethra, it just burned like hell. And I just started screaming out, and my mom's like, "What's going on? What's wrong?" I'm like, "My fucking dick hurts." She's like, "Oh, that's normal." I'm like, what do you mean it's normal?
What do you mean my cock hurts?
It hurts
It was,
when I pee.
it was awful. I think I was like 13 or 14 years old.
Oh yeah.
It was rough. Yeah.
See, I didn't have anything like that. I think the worst thing I had was hives. Bust out on my hip.
Mm-hmm.
On my, what's the actual word that it was called?
Abscesses.
Not scabies, no.
Oh, shingles.
Shingles, yes. It was shingles.
Oh shit! Yeah, the shingles.
Yeah, shingles
Shingles
right on my
suck.
freaking waistband, so it just swelled up to, I'd say about as long as $1. And it was just itchy as all hell, dry as fuck. It hurt so good.
I
Yeah.
knew a couple people who had scabies before. That doesn't sound very fun.
Ugh.
Because they're like little mites or whatever
Mhm.
that like dig in your skin.
Yeah,
Oh,
it sounds awful.
that
I don't
sounds
want any
Fuck
part
that
of that.
shit. Like any like, not infection, but like thing that you
Parasitic.
get. Yeah, parasitic things that you get in you. Like
Like ringworm. How was that?
Dude, that sucked.
Would you say it was worse than shingles or not as bad?
Oh, not as bad. Not
Really?
not compared to shingles at all.
nah,
I had a
it's
buddy that had
annoying,
shingles.
but like it doesn't hurt.
Shingles
Oh.
is a deep layer thing in your skin.
Like in your skin. Oh.
Ringworm's just top layer, so you can easily get rid of it with ointment.
Hmm.
Yeah, and it doesn't hurt. It just itches.
And it just spreads fast because
No.
it's top layer.
Fuck, it spreads like.
All you gotta do is touch it and then touch something else and you spread it. It's
Yeah.
dumb as hell.
I'm surprised I didn't get ringworm because we were on that job together. So I'm just surprised that I didn't get it.
No, it was
It was
Don and I.
yeah, it was us. Because they had a big old floofy white doggo, and we both went over
I
and
think
pet
you
the
went
shit.
to that house eventually with either him or I.
I thought
But the
I may
day
be
that it
thinking of a
happened-
different. I think I may be thinking of a different one in the job that you guys went to the day after. That was the job that you got the ringworm on, and I immediately thought it was the one that we went on
No, it
because
was
I thought I went with you.
it was the house with the lady who almost fell off her porch coming up the stairs.
Oh, and you had to.
Yeah, it was that
Okay.
house.
Saved her goddamn life.
And then cute dogs, petted them.
Sucker.
Ringworm.
And unfortunately, that was also when my brother was living with us, and he got it bad. He got it the worst out of all of us.
Milkman used to live with you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How
It was
long
for
was
about
that?
like 6 months or so.
Oh. I don't really remember that. I
No.
remember when Broly lived with you guys.
Milkman lived in Broly's old room.
Why don't I remember that? That might have been when I used Sonic.
Probably. Because he brought all of his
Gear.
paraphernalia over.
Paraffins.
Paraffils.
Yeah, he brought all that. But he got it bad. He got it all over his back
Ugh,
and
gross.
shit. Like,
And no one ever even touched him. No one came close to him. That was the weirdest part.
yeah, I got really lucky, and I had it right here, like on my forearm. Shit. Right here on my forearm, and it was just the one. Because I caught it, and then I immediately ointment band-aided it, and I didn't take that band-aid off, like,
The
for
entire time.
weeks. I left that shit. I'm going to put my leg down.
Oh god, the cable!
Oh, my leg hurts.
That's why I was surprised that you took that that stance when I told you
It's
to get
comfy for a
comfortable.
while, but after about 30 minutes, it's not.
But yeah, that was technically my second encounter with ringworm. Because I got it when I was really young.
Oh.
from a cat. Yeah.
Lay meow.
But just itchy as hell, easy to spread. Get
That's
rid of it
awful.
with some over-the-counter ointment.
I've never had anything like that. Where it's like a skin issue, other than like what's the one? Dry skin. Starts with an A.
Asbestos.
Yeah.
I have the asbestos of the
duh.
skin.
Dry skin.
Apachai, opachai.
Epidermis. Yeah.
That's the top layer of skin.
Epidermal. Shit.
Epidural is a giant pain-numbing shot they stick in your spine.
When you have a baby.
Oh, I've watched that happen too.
It's not just when you have a baby, but yeah, majority of the time. I have a friend who's going in for spine surgery, and he had to have one.
Yeah,
He saw the size of the needle. He's like, "Fuck that."
I've watched over a couple guys who've gone in for spinal surgery or spinal work, and yeah, watching a needle like this fucking long going and watching them put it in their back. I'm like, no,
Yep.
no, it's okay.
Which
Like,
is funny because I don't have a problem with needles. Like for a while there, I was on an acne medication that caused you to get really fucked up and like super dry, so I look like a crackhead all the time. So
that
once a month I
sucks.
had to go. Yeah, it was in 7th grade, so thankfully it wasn't like in my mating years by any stretch.
My
But
mating years. My prime.
yeah, but no, I had to go get my blood work done because it kills your liver.
Whoa.
Yeah, what a trade-off, huh?
All right.
I used to have like crippling like pains in my sides all
I'll
the
take
time,
the
so I had
acne.
to. Yeah, it was.
It's a
was
Proactive.
bad. It was gross. I tried Proactive and it made it worse.
Ah, fuck.
Yeah,
I don't give a
but
shit. I only got one liver.
yeah, but I had to get my blood drawn every week,
Fuck,
or
every
no,
month?
every month.
Oh.
And I would like the nurses would always be like, "Okay, look away." So I'd look away for a quick second, and then I'd look back at it, and I'd look up at them, and just start crossing my eyes and like pretending like I was getting knocked out. And they're just like, "Oh my god, I'm like, no, it's fine. I'm fucking with you. Like, keep going." Whenever I get to mess with medical professionals, I do. I try and make their day just a little more interesting than just the average whatever's gonna happen.
You're scaring them.
Yeah.
Don't
You
tap
know
on
what's
the glass.
You know what scared me is when I got my appendix. I was gonna say appendicitis. When my appendix was removed, they had to bring over a step stool for the little Asian surgeon who was doing my surgery because she couldn't see over the bed to be able to talk to me and my parents. So they had to get her a step stool. She's like 4'9". She's tiny.
Shit.
Yeah,
The hands can get anywhere.
I know. Well, and even then they don't do it. I don't know if we've talked about this already, but they don't do appendix removal like they used to. I had a teacher who was like 50 or 60 or something. He said when he had to get his appendix removed, they started at like the bottom of his rib cage and cut all the way down to his thigh.
Woo.
And like opened him up to like get in there and removed it.
Oh, fuck.
He had to go through like 6 months of like rehabilitation to learn how to walk again and shit. Like
Holy fuck.
it messed him up. But now they just stick 2 needles essentially that they end up filling you with gas into your pelvis, and then one in the base of your belly button, and they fill you with gas, and then they go in with like really small instruments and just snip that shit out, bring it out.
Dude, what the fuck? What?
Yeah. It's crazy.
Where's your appendix?
It's
Why is it so hard to get
it's
to?
at the start. It's like right next to the start of your large intestine.
But is it buried? Like, is it behind everything?
Yeah, it's behind some stuff. Because, like, your small intestine is, like, what usually is just, like, right in the middle of all your shit. And then your large intestine comes up and around. And it's usually just, like, right at the start of
That
that.
seems like a lot of work to get to.
Well, and it's, as far as they know, obviously I haven't been keeping up on any fucking medical research papers that have been published. But as far as I know, there's no, like, real reason to have it. Like, it doesn't do anything for you.
No, we've evolved past the need for appendixes. It's actually dangerous to have it because they can explode, you
Yeah.
know. And
Well, and that's the thing is usually it's like a 72 to a full week, like 72 hours to a full week of like the process of rupturing. Mine took like 8 hours. So I experienced all that pain overnight. Like I was trying to go to bed that night and I was just like, man, I'm kind of uncomfortable. I just thought I had to poop. So I was like, oh, whatever. So then I rolled over on my side and then I realized that I was just like super uncomfortable to the point where I couldn't like go. And then I went into the bathroom to try and take a shit because I thought that was the problem. And that didn't help at all. And then I just sat there laying in bed. And then for like the next 6 hours, it just got super bad. And I was like, well, my mom is a business professional at the time, so I'm not going to go wake her up in the middle of the night because I'm feeling uncomfortable or whatever. Like a large dookie is causing me pain.
I'm just super constipated.
Yeah.
Mom.
But then like 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning rolls around where she would normally wake up, and so I go into her room and I'm like, Mom, I don't know what's going on, but this is killing me. And she asked me what was going on. I told her, because it starts right behind your belly button, and the pain does, and then it slowly, like once it becomes more severe, it slowly goes over to like the side of your stomach. And I told her about that, and by the time she went upstairs to look on the computer and come back down, I was on the ground like crying because it hurt so bad. She took me to the hospital and got me in the chair, and they set me up with an IV, immediate dose of morphine. I was just, this shit is great, knocked me out. And then I remember I came to for like just a brief moment to tell my mom, I'm like, we got to get some of this shit at home because this is wonderful. She's like, don't talk like that. I fell right back asleep.
Don't talk about doing drugs like that.
Yeah. But yeah, no, appendicitis really fucking sucks.
That's wild.
Yeah.
My mom had hers burst too. Had it removed.
It's just a little time bomb inside of you.
Yeah, and it's like that big maybe.
Well, and then you can go your whole life without it ever doing anything.
Exactly.
Too,
That's why I told you guys about the pain. If it ever happens to you guys, you'll know.
Yeah. I hope it doesn't, but I'm also hoping, like, I wish I didn't have it.
Mm-hmm. Seriously.
Because we don't need it. It doesn't do anything. It's dumb.
I would say that pain was still even worse than when I shattered my collarbone. If that gives you any idea.
Well, I've never broken any bones, so
Oh.
I don't really know what breaking a bone feels like.
It's not fun.
No, I don't imagine it feels great.
Yeah.
I've fractured. I've never broken anything really.
Yeah, because yours was just like a hairline, wasn't it? Or
No, it was a fracture, but
Yeah.
it wasn't like enough to move.
Yeah, mine compound fractured. So just the bone essentially just tried to go into itself, and it caused like 3 fragments to like break up in the shoulder blade area.
Really
And
obliterated
then
it.
yeah, exactly. And then one of the pieces like was shoved down underneath, and the other was like sticking out of my skin at the top. Thanks, football. I can't blame football. My shoulder pads were defective. I got
Thanks,
hit.
equipment.
I got hit like a log, and then so as I was timbering over, all that centripetal force, and then my shoulder pad flew up. So it was just my bare shoulder right on the earth.
Fuck.
It was awful.
Yeah, I don't remember how it happened, but my sister broke her collarbone when she's like 3.
Oh Lord,
Yeah, she was probably like 3 years old.
that would really suck.
And
Does she remember it at all?
I'm sure she remembers it. I had cried
Probably
a lot.
her earliest memory.
Yeah, and she had like the little collar straps around here. She
slings.
wore those for a while, yeah.
It's okay, buddy. Dude. It's okay.
I guess, bro.
At least you're not eating. I mean, that sounds a lot worse than it does. But if you've listened to
Well,
our podcast
I
in the
hope
past, you'll know that Gasper likes to eat while we're doing this because he doesn't get enough attention from us.
He's doing a big protect right now.
He's doing a heckin' protect.
Yes, you are.
Being the bestest boy.
Well, I think that's another episode of Let's Smoke About It, ladies and germs.
Be sure to subscribe. Turn that notification bell on if you haven't. Let us know in the comments what's the worst pain that you've ever experienced.
And your favorite hostess.
And your favorite Hostess and Little Debbie
And Little
snacks.
Debbie.
Because that is much more cheerful than the greatest pain that you've
Also,
ever
final question
endured.
to end off. Little Debbie or Hostess?
Little Debbie.
Little
Easy.
Debbie or Hostess?
I don't know. Hostess.
Hostess is nostalgia for me, but in terms of like genuine taste and like how I feel after eating it, Little Debbie.
Yeah, Little Debbie.
I feel like garbage after I eat Hostess snacks.
Well, thanks for 2024. We're on 24 now.
24 episodes.
Goodbye, everybody.
Kaboom!